We've all seen things like these. They're used to scan us at airports, sports events and music concerts, checking to see we're not carrying something we shouldn't. Now, safety and security is a serious business, and that's what these scanners are designed to ensure. So, you may be alarmed to discover that, while this one is real, this almost identical one is a fake. These are on sale right now, and they could be putting lives at risk. Security is big business. The global industry for services and devices is predicted to rise to 88 billion by 2019. Part of any security team's arsenal is one of these metal-detecting wands. The first of these was designed for the Los Angeles Olympic Games in 1984, and it's been used in numerous security settings ever since. But now the fakers have got their eye on this product's success.
Sadly, because of its success, it's being copied by many fake manufacturers. Even sadder, they're doing exact copies. And when I say exact, they are so close you really cannot tell the difference. We can't tell the difference until we either turn them on or look inside them.
Nigel should know. He distributes security products for many manufacturers. He started to investigate this when he noticed an increasing number of these scanners being sent back to him under warranty. It turned out they were fakes.
We've had confirmed fake ones being used in music festivals, in warehouses, blue chip companies, security firms. Now, that's a potential time bomb, because we now have lots and lots of fake items out there being used by professionals, and they have no idea they're using fake superscanners.
It seems most of the counterfeits are being sold online, and Nigel's going to show us how clever the fakers have been.
Here we have the fake superscanner and also a genuine superscanner. And as you can see, the construction extremely similar, the dimensions exactly the same, end caps, handles, materials, plastics, every tiny little detail is copied. When you look very closely though, you can tell everything's creaking, groaning, it twists. In fact, something just popped at the front and the whole thing is loose.
How good is the fake at detecting a metallic object that could do some damage, like this knife?
The genuine superscanner, you can see we're picking it up a good 40–50 centimetres away. If we now take the fake unit at 40–50 centimetres, nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's only when we get closer we are now just getting a signal. Its performance is extremely poor by comparison. You're not going to pick up this object on a lot of occasions. Well, that's not good enough. It's got to pick it up every single time.
It's extremely worrying. All of this is very well in theory. How will our fake perform in practice? Fake Britain decided to test this counterfeit security scanner in London, no stranger to knife and gun crime. In the last year, there have been 11,000 knife-related offences and just over 1,500 firearms incidents in the city. Like many of the capital's late-night music venues, Hootenannies takes security very seriously. To help in this battle, to keep their customers safe, they use genuine security wands. News of fakes in circulation is a real concern for Head of Security, Hazel.
You can be letting anything in your club. You can be letting any sort of weapons in your club, guns, knives. Really, people need to take note of what they use in their clubs.
So, to put the fake security wand to the test, we'll plant some potentially dangerous objects on our lucky target, Matt. Later on, he'll visit Hootenannies with a group of friends.
We have a Swiss Army penknife, which is not classed as an offensive weapon, however, could inflict a lot of damage in a number of different ways.
First up, Nigel puts the knife in place.
That's perfect.
Next up, he has a replica gun.
It is an internationally recognised test piece for the security industry. It's an imitation single-shot gun.
Weapons in place, next stop for our target is the venue. Will the fake pass our security test and detect the weapons, or will it fail, potentially putting the lives of everyone inside in danger? Nigel hands over the fake security wand to the experienced door staff. They haven't been told whether they're using the counterfeit or the genuine product. He sits nearby to monitor the fake's performance. Meanwhile, Matt and his pals arrive in line, ready to be scanned before they're allowed in.
So it'd be interesting to see how the fake superscanner gets on here.
First in line is Matt's mate, Tom.
I'm surprised at the distance though, he's getting very, very close to the body.
So, the fake has to be used closer to the body than normal.
I can only presume he's having to do this because the performance is nowhere near as good as the genuine item.
Now it's time for our target, Matt, with his concealed weapons.
That's his belt.
The fake seems to be picking up large objects.
Phone.
But not so far the knife or the gun.
I think he might be picking up the shoelace eyelets.
Seems like the fake's found something.
The shoelace eyelets are aluminium, and inadvertently it's actually led him to the fake gun.
The counterfeit scanners uncovered Matt's replica gun, but not the knife.
That's a serious breach of security, and rather worrying, the consequences of which could be quite severe. Potentially, you've got somebody walking around with a knife in a nightclub. Now, it doesn't take too much imagination to imagine the consequences of that knife getting in, and mixed with a little bit of alcohol as well. Not very clever at all, not good, and extremely worrying.
But before Matt can do any real damage, the real super scanner's brought out to reveal what he's really hiding.
Here we go. Oh, straight to it. Yeah, there we go. That was a huge, huge signal, which you could hardly miss. He's found it, he's got it. This could be painful for Matt.
Go.
So the Swiss Army knife with a 3-inch blade was missed by the fake. What does the head of security, Hazel, think of these results?
It shocked me to think that they've got scanners like this on the market and people are actually buying them and using them. This could have caused serious damage. Anyone could have started, a fight could have started, someone could have pulled that out, used it on another person. We'd have to call the police, ambulance down here. When if you have the real scanner on your door, this wouldn't get inside your club.
And what does Nigel make of it all?
This could be the difference between life and death in some cases. The difference between picking up an offensive weapon, potentially a gun, a knife, a CS gas canister, or not picking it up at all. And that's the potential for that is quite serious.
Earlier we saw these fake handheld scanners that have infiltrated the security industry. Well, now the fakers are trying to cash in on the boom in metal detecting. Detectorists also use a type of scanner. This one's called a pinpoint probe, and they hope it will track down that elusive bit of treasure. But with this probe, you won't be making any great historical discoveries because, as you may have guessed at the fake Britain house, it's a phony. Metal detecting is a popular pastime for treasure seekers up and down the land.
See what we can find today. Could be our lucky day.
In Britain, there are around 20,000 dedicated metal detectorists.
There you go. Pound coin. I'm rich.
Today, Armando Flamia and his friends are out in the green fields of Bedfordshire, hoping to find that pot of gold.
Nice hair clip.
OK, it's not exactly the lost Ark of the Covenant. But in fact, this is par for the course for any experienced metal detectorist. So any new gadget that can help put you one step ahead in finding that elusive bit of treasure is a must-have. And that's where handheld devices like these pinpoint probes come in. Your traditional clunky metal detector will warn you when something's down there, but it's more difficult to find your target without a probe like this to pinpoint its exact location.
So there it's showing it's right on the surface. There you go. There's another 5p.
Yeah, he's not ready to retire just yet. The fakers are now targeting the untapped gold in metal detecting, as Armando found out when he bought his first pinpoint probe online for £77.
I got it out of the packaging, looked great. I tested it on the kitchen table at home, put some coins on the table, and it just didn't work very well. I was just getting a single tone, and it wasn't an increasing tone as I got nearer the coin. I was a bit concerned to why it wasn't working properly.
Realising something wasn't right, Armando did some digging and visited a metal detecting shop. There, he unearthed the truth behind this faulty probe.
I'd shown it to the gentleman in the shop there, and he confirmed that it wasn't a genuine probe pointer, it was a fake. I didn't realise that there were fakes out there. I didn't even consider it when I purchased it, but yeah, I felt a bit shocked that I'd been conned, really.
Fortunately for Armando, he'd paid for his pinpoint probe using PayPal, so he could prove his purchase was a fake and eventually get his money back. But the UK distributor, Regtons, has unearthed many other buyers who haven't been quite so lucky.
We're seeing a definite increase in the number of fake probe pointers, pinpoint probes, accessories, metal detectors worldwide. And this is a global problem. It's impacting on our industry, it's leading to distrust.
The prices charged by the fakers are luring people into their trap.
Confusingly, the fake probe pointers are selling for a similar price to the genuine probe pointers. And because of that, again, it's very difficult to tell the real McCoy from the fake.
Nigel's holding two seemingly identical probes. However, one is genuine, the other is a fake. So how do you spot the good penny from the bad?
They're extremely cleverly copied and very, very difficult to tell apart. Even we struggle. The construction almost identical. However, there are some subtle differences. If I press the on-off button on the genuine probe pointer, it turns on immediately, very easy. Whereas on the fake probe pointer, I have to really push hard and it's extremely stiff, and straight away you can tell there's a difference in tone.
And it's not just the probe itself that's fake. They're also faking the manuals, boxes and warranty paperwork.
The fake warranty form, to all intents and purposes, is exactly the same as the genuine Garrett warranty form. We would struggle, and we see them every day.
To truly reveal the differences between the genuine and the fake pinpoint probes, though, Nigel's going to test them where they belong, out in the field.
What I've got here is a George III half gold guinea.
Brave. Nigel buries his gold guinea into a hole that he's prepared earlier. So what happens when he tries out the genuine probe?
So we're searching around the hole for the target, and as we can hear, it's just up here, and as we get close to the target, it increases in intensity until you get a solid tone when you're more or less on top of the target. And you only get that with the genuine probe pointer.
How will the fake fare?
And if we can switch it on, that's got it. That's very, very stiff. And again, we go around the hole. It's only when I touch the target that I'm managing to get a signal. And in fact, there's no rising tone. It's just a bleep. Waste of time, sorry.
It seems this fake probe is, as they say in the world of metal detecting, a heart stopper. A find that looks very exciting, but later turns out to be junk.
People are spending good money on these pieces of kit, and unfortunately they're just totally a waste of money, a real waste of money, and you really don't want to go with these at all. They're pathetic.
Nigel's advice for anyone wishing to buy a metal detector.
I would suggest you contact any of the manufacturers, ask them who their distributor is for the UK, and that distributor can then put you in touch with the local dealer who is authorised to sell their products.